All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome in. Thanks for clicking on the video. And today, you guys, we're making a video about chicken keeping in these extreme temps in North Carolina. I know you guys probably been tuned in if you're anywhere around North Carolina or in the surrounding states. We're getting extreme temps, you guys. Another winter storm coming. In my last video, I showed you guys the ice storm that hit. And as you can see, it's a little bit there still trying to melt, but it's a lot of ice spots around that still haven't melted, you guys. And we've been in below freezing temps, and it's been crazy. Honestly, just trying to keep the chickens warm the best way we can is all we can really do. But with temps like this, you guys, there's nothing really you can do to really keep them, warm as you want them to be. Naturally, they're gonna keep themselves warm. We're gonna talk about that more further in the video. But I did want to say, you guys, thanks for tuning in. And if you like what you see in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. We're sitting at Saturday and it's noontime, you guys. So we might hit some snow this afternoon. But winter weather's been doing us dirty down here in the south. It really has. So we've been able to just, maintain and just kind of keep everything, above, disastrous, pipes from bursting, things like that, driveways or walkways cleared, whatever you got to do, keep your cars protected. That's about all you can do down here with these temps, you guys. I mean, we're getting wind chills about, -1 degrees. It's crazy. We don't see that in the south. We don't. So the fact that we get in that type of weather down here in the south, and I mean the wind is just blistering, you guys. Don't see that. We're not used to that. But I'm used to it. I did go to school in a mountainous state, so I have been exposed to very, very cold temperatures. But trying to keep everything protected in this cold weather, I will say, is a challenge. Has been a challenge. We're getting it done, you guys. As I said in today's video, we're gonna be prepping the chickens for keeping them warm. I pretty much did all the prep work. Like I said, it's been cold. It's been freezing here. I mean, it's getting even colder, which I don't even understand how that's possible. But honestly, I have cold hardy birds and barnyard mixes, so genetically speaking, they're cold hardy and hot hardy tolerant already. Genetically, not too hard to keep them warm. If you are wondering about chickens and how to keep them warm, what am I gonna do in the wintertime? Should I put a heater? Should I not put a heater? My honest advice, you guys, is do what you feel is the best situation for you. But I will say that um, you don't really have to do too much when it comes to keeping these chickens warm because they are cold hardy. I got a barnyard mix right there, and this is a cross, I think, between an Australorp and a Rhode Island Red rooster. And honestly, you guys, barnyard mixes, if you do have those, and I know Tractor Supply does sell barnyard mixes. They sell pure breeds. That's what I started my original flock off of, and honestly, it was cool. Those chickens were good. I learned, taught me a lot about different breeds. I didn't even know breeds when I first got my first flock, but a couple of those chickens are still in my flock. I did lose a couple, like I told you guys, to predators. So that's gonna happen, I guess. It's all a part of it. But I will say that now that I'm incubating my own chickens and that I have barnyard mixes, and basically what that means is you take two breeds and you basically make them and mix them. It's basically a mixed breed instead of you having a pure breed like a Rhode Island Red, a Bar Rock, the main general breeds that we all know and grow to love. Also, you're making a mixed breed, which makes it a cross and has those same genetics from the original breeds. So, like I was saying over here, right, that chicken over there that I was just showing you guys, would the dad would be a Rhode Island Red rooster, and then the mother would be a more, a more pure breed, maybe a barred rock, right? And that's kind of you getting the same traits from both of those birds into one, and I think it's pretty I think it's the best way to do it. I think it's pretty effective to grow your own chickens, incubate, barnyard mixes, because now you're getting, you know, basically two genetics into one chicken. So that's why I do, believe that barnyard mixes are the way to go when it comes to, health and overall well-being of the chicken, because you got to, understand that both of those, birds would have different traits, but you put it into one bird, which makes that bird, in my opinion, more healthy. Some of my healthiest birds, you guys, during these times are my barnyard mixes, you guys. So I'm getting, yesterday I got 9 eggs and I have 16 laying here, so that's more than half. I think that's a 54%. Something, it's in the 50s of, more than half laying eggs in extreme temps. So if I'm getting 9 out of 16 eggs, you guys, in cold, freezing cold temperatures, and I'm getting them from my barnyard mixes, that goes to show you a little bit. So I do believe that barnyard mixes are the way to go in 2026 moving forward, for me, but I will be getting pure breeds from Tractor Supply here and there if I do come across a breed that I just want to add to the flock. So um like I say, you guys, in today's video, I'm gonna just show you exactly, me prepping, doing a little bit in the chicken coop. I'm gonna put some shavings in here, and I'm going to add a little bit of warmth of this coop right here that you're looking at I built. I'm going to build another one right here. I'm actually going to be building another coop here probably this spring or summer, some when it warms up, obviously. But I do have plans, you guys, to add on. So we're looking at probably like 300 feet of square space right here with the chicken run. I do need to clean up, you guys. I got a lot going on with my tarps and stuff, and I got to redo all that when the summer comes. Well, in the next couple of weeks when the springtime, as soon as we get into like the 50s or 60s, because this is brutal temperatures right now, you guys. I mean, it's awful. It's really bad. So I'm gonna be doing that. I do have plans, like I said, to add another coop and add another run. But this coop I built it pretty stout. It was all off, things that I had laying around. So I will show you guys that here in a second. But here and get these shavings, and I'm gonna add more shavings to their coop because as you know, shavings is an insulator. There's other things you can add, you guys. Don't just be limiting yourselves to shavings. You can use straw. You can use leaves. And when I say straw, I mean pine straw. Uh, but you do have to worry about the absorbency of different materials you do use, because if you use leaves I wouldn't keep. I would keep pine straw, but I wouldn't keep leaves in the coop for too long without adding something like a drier substrate, like a pine, pine straw or shavings, because just the mold factor and the moisture. You don't want to have moisture with the leaves. So if they're dry leaves, yes, but wet leaves, no, because you're gonna have moisture, and that's one thing you do want to eliminate in these very cold times. But I would say, you guys, I would eliminate leaves because you don't want to have moisture when it's these times when it's cold, especially like here in the south, we're getting freezing below temperatures, and you don't want to have a moisture inside of that coop. You want to have it as dry as possible, you guys. So really, we're focusing on keeping these chickens dry. We focus on keeping them ventilated, because that will decrease your eggs and that will decrease the overall health of your birds. Don't shut off your coop completely. Don't have where there's no air coming in. You got every crack wrapped, and you got every crack and crevice wrapped up. We all know, that's a recipe for moisture and all types of things and bacteria to grow inside your coop. So you want to keep as many drafts, as where wind can just come straight through. You want to keep those, I would say, where the chickens are gonna be roosting when they're gonna be at night high. You want to keep the wind from just going straight through the coop. So you can have cracks a little bit on your coop, but do not have, the coop. Some people have, a run as the coop. So that wouldn't work for you guys, to not have that, some type of way for them to escape the wind. It's brutal cold out here. Oh my God. You don't want to have, you guys, this wind blowing straight onto your chickens. I'm about to go in here and I'm going to put out these shavings, and, let's do that. You guys, so I'm back. I got my shavings, and you can get this at your local Tractor Supply, Rural King, just premium pine shavings. I don't use flake. I use these because they're just a little bit more, say, absorbent. So that's why I go with those, you guys, and they keep everything, nice and clean. I do have an egg in there. Roost on here, you guys. So as you can see, I don't have many drafts as far as wind can just come right through. It's extremely it's warm in here. When they're all in here, you got to think how much body heat they're generating in this small coop. A bigger coop would be much more of a concern with ventilation as far as the wind coming right through. She's puffing up her feathers right now, you guys, and that's how they stay warm. Also, see how they're puffing up their feathers. Look at that. That's how they stay warm, you guys. I'm gonna add the shavings right now, and let's do that. I'm gonna add just a little bit more because I do want them to be having enough in here over these next couple of days. So I just want to keep piling them up. So yeah, I'm gonna just add the shavings in right now, you guys. So just follow along. It's pretty simple, obviously. But I'm just pull this up, and I'm gonna get my shavings, and I'm gonna just. So I'm gonna take my glove off because it'll stick to that. But I'm just adding a little bit, you guys. This is how I do it. Just add your little shaving this. Kind of spread them out in my hands. They get clumped up. I just throw them. That's kind of how I just keep my coop looking fresh and being warm. Okay. I'll put a little bit over here next to you guys. So I just gonna end up using this bag, you guys, throughout this cold snap, and that's gonna keep them more than warm, more than enough insulation, like I said, you guys. So just want to keep your coop clean, keep it dry, well ventilated. That's what we're going for. Actually, like I said, I'm gonna build them another coop, you guys. I'm gonna be revamping this one a little bit because I will have this one too, but I'm gonna have another coop here soon. So if you guys are excited to see that, I'll definitely keep you posted. And I added a composting box, so we have that coming here soon, you know, in a video. We got eggs, and I built these DIY nesting boxes a while ago. I did that video, you know, sometime at the end of last year, but they've been doing me well. Keeping those, you know, full of shavings too. Just doing little things like that, you guys. Don't overcomplicate this thing, you guys. I'm telling you, chicken keeping super easy. Anybody can do it if they really want to do this. And honestly, you guys, the chickens kind of take care of themselves, and I love it like that because who wants to have a super dependent animal that can't survive on its own? Chickens are pretty independent when it comes down to it. Pretty much it. That's pretty simply how I keep them warm. And like I said, get cold hardy breeds for the most part when it comes down to having chickens that could tolerate cold and heat, because you do not want to always have to have a chicken that'll overheat or chicken that'll get too cold or things of that sort. So invest into cold hardy breeds if you want to have chickens that can tolerate extreme temperature. You know, as far as a farm operation, you want to have chickens that can withstand all types of, you know, different environments. So that's definitely what I've been into. I've been having a lot of barnyard mixes, as well as with my pure breeds that I do have, mixing those together, coming up with some crazy cool looking chickens that are extremely tolerant to cold weather. This weather is crazy. It's a test to, you know, your prep, and just, you know, if you can make it through this, you guys, you can make it through anything in life. That's how I look at it. So I always like to thrive in the worst conditions, because if I could thrive in the worst conditions, then when things get easy, when, you know, the sun keeps shining again, we'll be ready. You know what I mean? So we have all these little systems in place to be able to thrive and be able to make all this possible. So we're still getting eggs, like I said. It's been beautiful. Even in sub-zero temps, I'm still getting eggs. I'm still getting, you know, production. And that's what it's all about, you guys. Production. I got the incubator filled up with about 20 something eggs right now. I have the chicks that I did hatch in some of my previous videos, and if you want to see that, go check that out, you guys. And like I said, thanks for clicking on my video. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that, but even if it's 10 views, 20 views, 50 views, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, because you know, you're staying up, you're staying blessed, and you know, you're making it through the hardest times. So whatever it is you may be going through, I just want you to know that you're blessed, honestly. So don't take, you know, the hard things that come in your life too hard. You still woke up this morning. You still got your fingers, obviously, to click. So if you do have those fingers to click, please just do your boy a favor and bless me with a like, and you know, subscribe to my channel, because I got more things coming, you guys. I told you I have plans to make this even bigger and better. I added this Vivor chicken run. I have plans to do more, adding the chicken run space, adding another coop. I do have plans to add on to my chicken coop to make it more functional, to be able to house more chickens, obviously, because I'm gonna have more chickens, and also be able to, you know, have a plan for the ones coming out of the brooder. So like I said, you guys, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for everything that's coming, you know, in my life, that I'm blessed to be able to share with you guys, because like I said, I'm super blessed, and I know that. So just having, you know, all these chickens just makes me realize that I'm even blessed. You guys even have this. I mean, so I have more things in store, you guys, way more. So I love you. And you know, whatever you're going through, like I said, you guys, you're gonna get through it. I promise you that. It's a brighter day coming. Each and every day is a brighter day. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, and I'm out.